Hey guys, Sean Crust here. So I hope you enjoyed that little tiny thing I put up there with me with crazy eyes. So today I'd like to talk about lust and the difference between lust and unconditional love or relationship love. So I don't know if you saw my video from last week, I was pretty raw from a situation where I was in a lust situation and not a love situation, and I confused them. So I am human after all, not a robot. So I'd like to go through the difference between lust and love. And in lust, there's games that get played, and I'll go through what I've experienced game-wise and the difference between that and love. Now, I've been in relationships in the past, and they're still really good friends where they're love-based, where we're still good friends, and we can talk openly about anything. It can be boundary things or boundaries that need to be put in place so you don't overshare. Often, you still don't overshare. It happens. So that's a big difference. So you're in a unconditional love, so you can be you fully. So that means all your little traits that you do, they'll usually love them and not actually hate them. And they'll love you for who you are. Yes, there'll be things that annoy them. That's life. But they'll accept them as they are, and they won't try to change you to be who they want you to be. They'll lay who you are and enjoy the traits that you have. Now, can I talk my own experience and my own learning that I've had through courses and experience? Now, I've done a lot of courses, so diploma of counselling and hypnosis, all kinds of things. Understanding something in the theory is great, but understanding it when you experience it, it cements it into the unconscious mind and you don't forget, trust me. So lust. So my previous situation I had. So there was games getting played there. So I was seeking someone to be the rock, to take away my pain. At the same time, so I'm learning to become more of a logical type. If you look at Myers-Briggs, and the moment I'm a little bit more of an emotional type. So I had to adjust my psyche and go through growth to adjust for this. So there's different games that get played, and there's reasons underneath it. So I was seeking a rock, someone to confide in. Now, that's great, but there's underlying things that have to get played, e.g. lust game. So this last situation I was in, I was seeking someone to take away my pain. What I wanted to be, a projection of what I wanted to be, and I was basically trying to change that person to suit what my projection was, rather than accepting them as they were. Now, with lust, you'll change your perception to adjust to what you want. When you have unconditional love in a relationship, you accept them as they are fully, and it flows. Now, with lust, it's hard work. It's always hard work. So it doesn't. So, for example, you text them or you call them, and the actual flow of energy might be 90% towards them and 10% back. It's one of the signs that you're playing a lust game, and it's a game. Because any unconditional love relationship or healthy relationship will be 50-50. I put my portion of my effort in to talk and communicate and give love, and the same comes back to me. I don't give too much of myself. They don't give too much of themselves. We're in the middle. With lust, it doesn't work that way, because the female or the male, whoever holds the chips, so to speak, tries to control the communication. Now, it's very important. You can have really good friends, and they'll be telling you all along, like, I've got some really good friends, Jack and Andrew, and Rob, who be telling me all along, Sean, what are you doing, buddy? This chick is pulling you off center. And it's not very commonly that I get pulled off center by a woman. But I was in the game of lust. Now, when you're in the game of lust, you start getting jealousy. You start getting worried. You start all these kinds of things. It can be beneficial to learn and grow. And I've done that. I've done a lot of breakthrough sessions. I did a big breakthrough session last week with my coach, Tony Collins, to address a lot of issues, which is why the game was getting played. Now, when you're noticing the lust game is being played, it's important to realize there's three in the triangle. It's a triangle from transactional analysis. Now you got the rescuer at the top, you the prosecutor, then you got the persecutor. Yeah, so rescuer, persecutor, victim. Sorry. Now they'll be playing in the last game. There's a triangle that constantly getting played, and this is this game from transaction analysis. When you realize you're playing the game, it's a first step. It doesn't mean you get out of the game. Only hits the point where you've had enough, or that person's cut you off, or you cut them off with absolute certainty that it stops. And then you go through the grieving process and learn, or else the pattern will get repeated again and again and again. Now, this is why you see abusive relationships, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, where they're playing the lust game and it's looping around and around. So they'll end one relationship, they'll cut it off, and they'll start a new one, around and around. And they keep going until they finally learn. When they've learned, then all of a sudden they go on a different road and they be a different person. Or they be the person they want to be better. So big difference, guys. When you're in lust, there's games. And it's a conditional love. You love me, I love you, but. So this games get played over here. But when you're in unconditional love, the relationship flows. So here flows, here is jagged. It doesn't flow. It's hard fucking work. Now, hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you like it, comment, share, all the rest of it. So if you want me to talk about something, I always experiment with myself. For example, I did a 1 month tobacco smoking experiment with organic tobacco. That ended up 3 months, and I had to use some hypnosis to stop smoking. But you know what? That's the whole experience of life. So if you have things you want me to find out about and to research, then shoot me a line. Until next time, guys, peace and be well. Sean out.